What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having a good day. Today is going to be another little bit more of a boring day, I'm kind of thinking, because I have Doge bringing his EK over, his new one, his purple one that was in a few videos ago, because I'm going to prototype some rear and hopefully front strut braces on the thing. The front one's going to be a little bit tricky just because his has that weird D-series motor with, I don't even know, I think it's just a version of the Y7. Where the intake manifold isn't like a normal intake manifold. It almost looks like a carb setup, and then the intake tube comes like out the top, and it's really bulky. But I'm gonna try and make a front strut brace, something to fit that car. But the rear ones will definitely be out today. I really want to put some work into the cars, guys. I really do. I just do not have the money for that right now. Because I have a little bit of a savings stashed aside, but that's more for if my side work really starts to completely slow down and everything just stops selling. Because I mean, the braces have been selling pretty decent, the side work's been decent, and I've been doing okay. I think at least matching my Hasbro wages since I've been out on my own, maybe a little bit more. But it's not consistent. Like last week, I did that MR2, sold a couple braces. It was a really poppin' week for me. Like that was a good week. And this week I have not sold anything, and I've had no side work. And this week I've just been buying tools and stuff. So it's been a little bit stressful, if you feel me. But yeah, Doge is gonna be on his way, or he is on his way. He'll be here shortly. We're gonna try and do some stuff with that. And then April, I believe she may be coming over, and you know, she's just good company. She's got a great personality, so she's fun to have in the videos. But yeah, so we're just gonna try and get some work done today. Hopefully maybe go drive or do something. We'll figure it out like we always do. 2 Doges. Well, I don't know if you guys saw this on the last one, but eggplant. And then, yeah, so well, I mean, yeah, Doge is here. Now I'm letting the engine bay cool off. So I mentioned a second ago that this is gonna be an issue. So we're gonna take this off, and then I'm gonna try and use the brake master cylinder as like a clearance reference point. But it's gonna be pretty much the same exact thing as the Del Sol for both braces, because I just took some measurements and it looks like this thing is exactly 1/2 inch longer or wider than the Del Sol is. So in order of reference, it goes Integra, EF, and then EGDC, and then EK. Like they progressively get wider, even though the DA I think looks a little bit wider than this, but the measurements don't lie, but they could lie because I suck at measuring and I can't read. So yeah, we're gonna get the plastics out really quick in the rear, and then I can get started on the EK brace really quick, which is gonna be very simple. And then
he says really quick, but it's gonna be a little bit.
You know, I've got the rear brace, and once I have my material like cleaned and prepped, I can get a brace knocked down like an
hour. I'm thinking it's gonna take me an hour and a half to get the plastics out, probably.
Oh well. At least
they didn't make it easy on these.
An X brace might be the move on this, honestly. I didn't realize how close up it was, so I might be able to fit the X brace in a small box. So you EK boys might be lucky.
Rear seat delete. You can see how many different mounting points you got.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fancy. So you EK boys might get lucky with these rear strut braces, because I mean, or with the rear X braces, because it tie it across here and then do a bar here to here and then here to here type thing. I don't know.
Easy money.
Yeah, have to figure it out. Figured out.
You're gonna turn the camera on right when I'm about to slip my hand on some metal.
Better than a rusty razor blade.
True. I only found
it's one. Such a scary sound, that big old pop, because you never know if it's broken or not.
It's just hope. I hope they have this faster at Space Age. Shout out your local paint supply store.
Shop local.
Shop local.
You EK guys are gonna have a fun time. Unless, well, no, you guys just have to notch it. You guys know where to notch it, I'm sure. But as for us trying to make this stuff, we're having a fun time. Well, Doge is having a fun time. Yeah. I had some coffee and ate a granola bar.
Now it's my fun time. I get to sit back and watch Chris work.
Yeah. So same process as before. Like I said, I'm pretty sure this is just gonna be a 1/2 inch longer than the other ones, but I'll know for sure here in a second. I'm gonna just take some measurements. You wanna take this and hold it on that shock thingy, just the front one.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're looking.
That's about dead center.
41 1/4 inches. Just just a hair longer actually. I think it's only a 1/4 inch longer. But
Then which one, Del Sol? Or? Nice.
yeah, and the Del Sol was like about 40, 41, something like that.
It'd be nice if you could oval it and make it so it'd work on both, but it's whatever's gonna do. Does the Del Sol tip in like this too? Like the front's
Yeah,
just...
all of them tip in. I'm gonna measure it, but it should be like 6 degrees. Very, very useful tool. Okay. Now we just wait for it to stop bouncing. Okay, 10 degrees. 10 degrees on the dot. Okay, one more time.
little thing or anything.
From the front first. Front one first.
Front. This one.
No, front. Our front.
Our front.
Yeah. So you're at like the midpoint, right?
Yeah.
So we got pretty much 41, and then back one. And then 40 and a half. Got so dull doing that stainless exhaust on the MR2. Yeah. I bought another one, but I'm trying to get every ounce of life out of this country. They're like 20 bucks a piece. I need to get a chop saw for the metal, like just dedicated to it.
Yeah. That way you can use it.
Now, what we do is take this over to the car. I literally just rest it on top of those poles or whatever, and I just mark a line. And then that line that I mark is going to be the inside joint of the notch. So then I know when I notch it to keep it on the inside. But the interesting part of that is, since I'm notching at an angle, so in this case a 10-degree angle, when I notch it, I have to make sure that the tip of the blade where it exits the tube is on the outside point of that line. Because if I notch it where the point is on the line on this side of the tube, it's going to notch it way further over than it's actually where it's supposed to be. So I'm going to end up losing too much material. But one of those things that, I don't know, maybe it's common knowledge, but I'm retarded, so for me it was a feat when I found that out. So now we'll get on her. Oh, get down on your paws and just make a little mark right there. A mark there. And then we come in here and try and make it straight all the way around. That way, since we have to orientate the tube different means in the thingy, in the notcher, we have our point of reference on each side. Voila. One thing I don't like about this notching stuff is it, like with this thing, is it flings stuff everywhere.
So you want me to stand in the other room is what you're telling me?
No, I mean just over here, like this table I have to clean off like a couple times a day. This is all just eyeball at this point, like I can't even see where it exits at. I just know that it's almost there. You just gotta use your imagination, really. Yeah, so that should be pretty good right there. A little bit of oil, maybe. Yeah, I need to buy some cutting oil. much like that, and then hope that it didn't move over here, because this is like a little triangle notch or whatever, so like you can rotate the pipe just a little bit and it moves just fine, but then the next you try and move it a hair more and it's like completely stuck. But a little bit more of that Tin Man juice. Oh, I think we're out. Oh, almost out. You know, I'm sure there's people out there that are like, why do you use the tubing notch or just do it by hand like a man? But then those are the same people that are like, why not just like, why use an electric ratchet? Just use a real ratchet like a man. It's like, because time is money. Oh, I didn't even see you. I was like, who's that?
What's that in the driveway, man?
That's the tire hauler right there.
Tire hauler, is that what we're calling it?
And hole hauler.
There we go.
Yeah.
Dang, that's a good fit too. Okay, yeah, 10 degrees was on the money. Don't even have to hold it in myself. That's what she said.
Perfect. Okay. For the gram?
About a gram. After I answer this guy about that cabin brace.
Oh, look at your DMs here on camera.
It's just a bunch of gay dudes. Working on making this rear strut brace into a 4-point, but I'm having a little bit of an issue getting the angle that I need, because I'm trying to go from the midpoint out to this bolt hole here on each side. So of course my tubing notch only goes up to 45 degrees, so these ones I'm having to do by hand, which isn't so much of an issue, but I printed out templates and the templates only go, well, I only printed them out for 20 degrees through 70 degrees, but I didn't do the in-between. So I notched this end at 70, it's a little past the bolt one way, notched this end at 60, it's a little past the bolt the other way. So I need like a 65 degree notch to get it to where I need it to go. And kind of struggling, kind of frustrating, but I'll just have to print one out. I mean, I can probably figure this out by hand, but it's much easier having a little template to just trace around and then notch it from there, because this is kind of complicated for me. Like a solid hour and a half later, me and Doge been fighting with this stupid thing, trying to figure out how to make the 4th point. He obviously isn't a fabricator, so this is new to him in general. I'm obviously a new fabricator, and I failed every sort of math other than Algebra 1, which I don't remember how to do any of that even. So trying to work on like a 2-dimensional plane, because it's not so simple. This is very simple. That's straight across. Even the front one's single plane, it just goes across. There's no multiple angle, bend, notch things. It's just one notch, up, down, one notch. So this side I'd end up working with 2 different angles or whatever. So we tried probably 3 or 4 different options, cut up a whole bunch of different tubes trying to find different notch angles, because we were trying to bring it down and then just a solid straight piece across, which wasn't going to work because we couldn't figure out exactly how to notch it, because no matter which way we notched it, it was going to end up like a weird angle type thing on the bottom side of the tube. So Doge said, screw it, just throw a bend in it. So we did. We threw a 30 degree bend in it, and then this is 1.5 inch tube just to fit that bigger bolt right there. So kind of mess up the angle a little bit. It'll still work. I can just weld that closed, not a big deal. But that's a 30 degree notch, 30 degree bend, and this one's a 40 degree notch that I had to do by hand because I can't fit this in my tube notcher because of the bend. So it'll work. I'm gonna go try and replicate this now, and yeah, then that should be it. And you'll get to have a fair amount of trunk space when it's all said and done, hopefully, but no promises. It's a race car. I mean, this isn't a race car, but presumably if you're buying this, it's because you think you have a race car.
But if you want to keep your stock spare wheel, your 13-inch, you could probably get it in and out, no problem.
True.
I'm liking it. It's good.
This one came out a little bit better. This one, I don't know. I might disassemble these two legs and then sell this brace on its own. I'm not too sure yet, or I might just weld it all as is. So I found that this is a 50-degree notch. I think just a hair gap there. So I think maybe a 52, 53 would be perfect. But this is perfect, and the bend's right where I need it to be. So it's just a matter of practicing to make sure, because this tube is just ever so slightly angled inwards, because this was off just a hair on like the rotational side of the notch. But it's still, you really can't even see it from the bare eye. Like, I don't know. I think it's solid.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So this is going to be the design. Making a jig for this is going to be kind of interesting. But I almost wonder, I mean, I don't have, these tubes aren't tall enough. These I'm going to make a little bit taller for the normal production ones, like a ½ inch taller, I was thinking. Just because it's almost touching the bottom of the trunk there. There's like 1/8 inch gap, maybe 1/4 inch tops. But it'd be cool to, just for the lulls of it, for those people that want it, add an extra bar that just goes straight across.
Yeah, yeah.
For the beefy boys that don't want to buy a cage, or don't want the bulkiness of a cage, but still want like all the cool bracing and stuff. That might be the move.
Yeah, this way you get a ton of additional bracing in the rear without having to mess with any of the rear passenger stuff or get any bars close to them, you know, for safety. So
this way you can keep your full seats and stuff, and then this should clear the plastics right here.
This one will need some trimming and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, you'll have to trim it to get this in here, but that's pretty much given since there ain't no hole there. But yeah, I think that should fit totally fine, which is pretty sick. So hopefully the OEM boys are stoked on that. But yeah, I'm hyped on this. Got this thing all welded up now. This 4-point. Wow, that is very hot, very hot, hot. Okay. Yeah, this thing looks pretty sick, not gonna lie. In the car, it looks really dope. So I hope the jig is good enough. The jig is huge now. That should be okay though. I mean, it's not the gnarliest thing. I know the pieces that I need, so as long as I know where these are supposed to be and my calculations are correct, I shouldn't have any issues. So I plan on making the 4-point for like EG hatches and stuff too. I just need an EG hatch to come here, because I'd love to be able to just use the Del Sol, but EG hatches, Del Sols, the whole rear end, it's the same, but it's different. Like the structure is different, obviously. So yeah, I'd rather just have an EG hatch here. Del Sol 4-point, potentially. Let me know if you guys want them, any of you Del Sol owners, if you want them. I'm sure I'll probably make it just to have it as an option. But yeah, if you guys want this EK one, it has not been sold yet. Doge doesn't want it as of right now. We're gonna make him a different one because he's gonna be a little bit particular about his. So I did offer him this one. He didn't want it though. He didn't want to cut up his plastics at all, or absolutely minimally. So if you guys want this one, for the 4 points, I think I'm gonna be asking probably about $250 plus shipping. And shipping, I'm gonna have to try and find a box for that, because that's gonna be a little tricky. I have the dimensions that I need the box set up for. I just gotta try and find a box for it. It's not that it's huge or weighs a lot, it's just really awkward. But yeah, so we're gonna do that. I think we're getting ready to head over to April's here in a little bit though, because she's got some stuff going on. She's doing some track prep, and then tomorrow she's actually hitting the track. So we're gonna continue this over there. So skip that last part. We just ended up coming out here to the track now. Went to April's last night, didn't bring the camera. Just helped her do her brake pads, but she got some Hawk HP Pluses, I think. Things bite hard. So I'm gonna film her as I can while we're here. It's already most of the way, halfway through the day, but she's gonna do like 1 or 2 more sessions and dip out of here. So I'm gonna bust out the long lens and get a few flybys from her, and then maybe go for a ride along, but I didn't bring a GoPro, so that kind of sucks.
Such a cool Civic.
This be it?
Yeah.
So yeah, there's only 4 of them, so he's got running like 1.57s.
like she's lighting up the gas brake.
I don't think they did it correctly. I think she was supposed to finish it.
Hey,
Second one was way better.
hey, what's your first one?
Hi.
I like your whale on your helmet.
Oh, whale.
Oh, whale. You did good. Couldn't hear you, but you did good.
That's good. You don't want to hear me on this track?
I do.
No, you don't.
They don't. I do.
They don't.
They're a bunch of cowards anyway. Fight them.
Yeah, so I think I got a 205.
That's good, right?
That's
I don't know
really
what the
good.
fast times are here.
That's good.
He said there was a sub 2 minute one and there was a K-Swap Civic, I could tell, so he's a fast boy, but...
Yeah. So... I don't know, I thought I was missing, I thought I missed a flag because the Miata in front of me came in because I caught them, so I figured he was on his cooldown lap and I'd missed one.
So you did
I
skip a
came in
lap?
too,
So you missed-
yeah.
yeah, you
So
missed.
my final competition lap, which would have been faster than my first one, I didn't qualify because I didn't pass.
I was gonna say, I'm like, because that Miata pulled in, and I was like,
confused. I was like,
I'm sorry, April.
stay with him. Oh, perfect.
That track day was a lot of fun. It turns out today is actually Monday, so yesterday April went because it was a 2-day event. And she actually, the first day she got last place in the time attack as her sessions were 2 normal sessions and then a time attack and then 1 more normal session. But it turns out her time attack on the second day, she ended up getting first place in, so that is awesome. If you guys don't already follow her, go hit her up on Instagram, April the Party. And I'm going to end this video off here though, guys. I just want to show you these little braces that I got up right now. So this is a Del Sol / EG one. I finally got my dimple die in, so we got the dimple dies on this one. Then we got the 4-point EK hatch brace right here. I'm still waiting to confirm if it's good on the coupe or not. I need a coupe local, so if you're local with a coupe and your plastic's out, hit me up, let me know. And then we got the Del Sol 3-point front brace. And let me tell you, I drove the Del Sol for the first time today with my 3-point brace put in, and it makes an incredible difference in there, guys. So I'm telling you, these braces actually work. It's not cheap aluminum off of eBay. Like this is some good quality stuff. So if you want to buy one, hit the link in my bio, the Big Cartel. That's where I'm selling everything. It's just easier to keep track of. If you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to let me know in the comments down below. If you're new to the channel, hopefully you have considered subscribing. I'm going to go cruise around a little bit, enjoy the sunset. So do what you love, forget about the rest. We'll see you in the next one. Peace out.